This lesson is on addition and expression. My dog is great at math.
Really?
Ask him how much is 2 minus 2.
But 2 minus 2 is nothing.
That's what he'll answer. Nothing.
Great job. Well, this lesson is on algebraic expressions. We're going to talk about addition ones. You will need 3 vocabulary sheets for this lesson so that you can put them into your vocabulary section in your math notebook. The first vocabulary word is numerical expression. It is a mathematical phrase that contains only numbers and operation symbols. This is how you normally have seen math. There are some examples here you can copy into your notes. And we see all these types of expressions around us all the time. You may pause the video at any time to finish your vocabulary sheet. The second word that we need, but we don't need to put on a vocabulary sheet, is to evaluate. Evaluate means do as much as you can with the operations and numbers you're given. You basically want to do everything you can do to get the answer. The answer will be written in a standard number, which is also known as standard form. Three plus 7 would be also considered. To evaluate that would be to do the answer 3 plus 7 to get 10. The next vocabulary word to put on one of your sheets is a variable. It's a letter or symbol used to stand for one or more numbers. There's an example here. We knew that the Panthers scored 35 points in the first half of the game, but we didn't know how many they scored in the second half. We could use a variable to represent the number of points scored in the second half. So 35 the first half plus 35 plus P the second half to find the total points scored. P for points. The next vocabulary word is algebraic expression. This is an expression that contains a variable. The variable, remember, is the letter that represents a number. Here are some algebraic expressions. 5 plus n. N is our variable. 7a. A is the variable. And remember, that means 7 times a. Here's another way to write multiplication. 7 dot a and 7 parentheses a. All of those mean to multiply. In our last expression, k is the variable. Notice none of these expressions have equal signs. So take a moment and in your notebook, explain the difference between a numerical expression and an algebraic expression. Pause the video while you write this down. A numerical expression contains only numbers. The word numerical means numbers. And an algebraic expression, which has the word algebra in it, contains a variable. That would mean it contains a letter. So let's go ahead and see which one of these are numerical and algebraic. You do not have to write these down into your notes, but if you have a question, make sure you ask later on. This one is a numerical expression because it only has numbers. The next one, 5 parentheses x minus 4, is an algebraic expression. There is a variable of x. 17 plus 5 to the third power is a numerical. All of those are numbers, there's no variables. Likewise, 3 plus 6 is also a numerical expression. X minus 12 has a variable in it, so it is an algebraic expression. So is 9 minus d. Now when we want to evaluate these expressions, that means we're going to replace the variable with a number. For example, evaluate x plus 7 for x equals 12. Well, the first thing we need to do is replace the x with a 12. And then we have 12 plus 7, which equals 19. If we said that the variable x equals 5, we would do the same thing. X plus 7, but then instead of x, we would put a 5 in. So 5 plus 7 is 12. That's what evaluate means. We can also write expressions from situations. Receive score points 4 goals. Terry scored G more goals than Steve. Write an expression. Well, here we don't know how many Terry scored, so that's our variable, G. We also know it's an addition because the word's 4 more goals. So we're going to write 4 plus G. I would like you to try these two in writing expressions. Put them into your notes. You can use any letter for the variable that, well, they give you the letter, so you need to use that one. Dolly bought T more, so you have to use T for number 1. And number 2, you're going to use X. Pause the video now and do that and bring it back to class. These are some algebraic expressions that you want to solve. Let's go ahead and solve them together. X minus 7 for x equals 15. The first thing we're going to do is write down x minus 7, and then I'm going to put in 15 minus 7, which we know is 8. Let's click and see if that's the correct answer. Great. The next one is 12 minus y. Evaluate for y equals 3. So 12 minus y, and then plug in the 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. Good job. Here we have 42 plus k minus 8, for k equals 18. So we have 42 plus k minus, not plus, minus 8, and 42 plus 18 minus 8. 42 plus 18, let's see, 40 plus 10 is 50, 8 plus 2 is 10, so that's 60, minus 8 is 52. Great. And the last one, j divided by 2 for j equals 28. So let's write j divided by 2. And instead of j, we're going to put in 28 divided by 2. If you need to, do it on the side. 28 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 one time. 0. Bring the 8 down. 2 goes into 8 4 times. Bring the 8. And that's 0. So the answer is 14. Great job. You got 100%.